One take, one shot. This is the review where I do it immediately following the last episode of SmackDown Raw PLEs. That way you get my raw, no pun intended, visceral feelings on the matter. I can't wake up and be like, ooh, that was better than I thought. Nope, just literally watched it, and boy howdy, this was a bad show. This SmackDown did the cardinal sin, the worst thing that you can do in wrestling, and that is apathy. I have complete apathy for this episode of SmackDown. It was not good. It was not bad. It was nothing. It was just not anything at all. You could totally skip this. You wouldn't even have to watch highlights. And you could completely get everything you need without missing a beat by just watching Saturday Main Event or Raw. This was such a nothing, filler, lazy episode that I'm like, wow. I'm so apathetic to this episode that this has me missing the days of dog food Roman Reigns, of just, Shane McMahon, the best in the world. I cannot believe that I'm literally thinking, yeah, 2019 maybe wasn't as bad as I thought it was. Wow, there was nothing here. Nothing. There was only really two moments to talk about. When Tiffany comes out in the beginning and she's kind of I like that Tiffany didn't have any respect anymore and she just wanted to fight. That was kind of cool to see Tiffany ready to go. And then the only other thing that I thought was funny, there was a segment with Chelsea Green and Julia where Chelsea Green is like, I want a match because if she lasts 10 more days, she'll be the longest U.S. champ of all time. So they have a match for next week. And when that's settled, she turns around and sees Nikki Cross just standing there being all creepy. And she screams. It caught me so off guard that I laughed, legit laughed out loud. And I thought that was funny. That's it. Nothing else happened. Tiffany grew a backbone and Chelsea Green yelped. I mean, there was a U.S. title match. We did get, there was a pretty cool package of Ilja Dragunov training. But, he trained, and then he did put the U.S. title on the line. This against Frazier. Oh, I take it back. You know what? I like Tommaso Ciampa also. Tommaso Ciampa, when he tried to get the U.S. title match, wasn't able to because Fraxium came out first, and then he beats up Nathan Frazier after the match. So I like Tommaso Ciampa as well. But, yeah, the U.S. title stayed on Ilja Dragunov, and, well, you know what? If you want the U.S. title to get off of me and onto you, all you gotta do is comment below. I still got my headphones on like a moron. Told you, literally the show just ended and I started recording, but if you want to win, all you gotta do is comment below, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell, ding ding ding, notification, and you can win this belt right here. It hurts because it's pointy. Let me put the belt down. I guess let's just start from the top. Oh gosh. This, for real, I would rather the show be horrible. I'm not even joking. I would rather the show be horrible than boring. I would rather be crashing out right now saying, I can't believe they did that, other than, I can't believe I had to sit through that because, geez Louise. Okay, so Tiffany comes out. No music. Like I said, this was really good. I thought we were going to get a good show. Little did I know, this was literally, it peaked in the first 60 seconds where Tiffany comes out and she's like, let's go, let's fight. No music. Stop the intro. I want a match. Nick Aldis comes out and says, no, Tiffany, you can't. You're kind of injured and you'll fight her tomorrow. Then she's like, no, Jade, come on, let's go. Jade comes out, and Jade now looking like Catwoman instead of Storm, and, but pretty much Tiffany does try, because Nick's like, get security out, and Jade's like, no, I'm not gonna hurt her, and then Tiffany tries to, do that brawl thing they do, jump over the security, and that's about it for that moment. They should have just let us hear Jade Cargill. Jade Cargill should have just cut a 2 to 3 minute promo, crashing out, and that could have been it. And then you know, I guess you know what they should have done. They should have had when Tiffany was like, "Come on," because I did like that in the beginning. Jade should have came on the Titan screen and said, "Nope, not coming out. We work on my time, not Taffy time." She did say Taffy time. And then later in the show, Jade could have came out. She could have explained herself, but Nick could have sent Tiffany home. That would have been enough. And then we could have got the motivation of Jade. I would have loved to hear Jade talk. But less is more. Nope, less is less. We should have heard Jade explain herself. Let's see what else we got. Ilja Dragunov, he does his match. This was like a 25-minute banger. The problem with these 25-minute bangers is that we always do them now. And so they're not as special. And we always have like 25-minute matches, 20-minute matches on SmackDown, on Raw, because Triple H doesn't like to write a full story, a full episode. So he's just like, 20-minute match. That'll kill some time right there. And that's what we had. It was a good match. Nathan Frazier versus Ilja Dragunov. There was even a couple moments where I thought that it was going to happen, even though I knew it wasn't going to happen. They did trick me. They got me invested once or twice, but for the most part, it was like, no, not going to happen. Tommaso Ciampa, though, coming in and fighting, that was beat up Nathan Frazier. That was kind of cool. And it does seem like a lot of the mid-card people are kind of starting to go after Ilja Dragunov, because later we actually even see Tama Tonga holding the belt. So I like that. If I got a booger, I'm sorry. I can't stop to see. But, you know, we're all adults. In fact, if there is a booger right now hanging from my nose, it'll be more interesting than the entire SmackDown review, because there really is nothing to review. This was just like, stuff happened, kind of, sort of, not really. Then we go, the respect counter. I had a respect counter. Here's all the times respect happened in the show. We had Cody Rhodes, when he originally walked into SmackDown, he shook someone's hand, fine, whatever. Sami Zayn goes up to Nick Aldis and he's like, "Hey man, I got so much respect for Ilja, and the MFTs are going to get in his way. I need to help him." And Nick says no. Then Cody comes and sees Sami. They handshake and hug, and they got respect for each other. Let's see. Damian Priest, he kind of had some respect for Aleister Black. He cut a promo saying, "Hey, you made me this way. Thank you for making me this way." So that's borderline respect. I think he was being facetious, like, be careful what you ask for. You created a monster here. So we're not going to count that for the respect, but we will say, where does respect happen? Drew McIntyre will egg Cody into signing a contract. We'll talk about that later. But Nick is like, "No, I'm not going to do that." And Cody says, "I respect you, Nick. I respect your office." So there's more respect from Cody. And then he does proceed to just praise Drew McIntyre and all that he did in order to, like, get fired and come back. So we had respect from Sami, respect from Cody, once with some random dude, twice to Nick. Once to Nick's office, then to Drew, and to Sami Zayn. So a lot of respect on this show. Let's get back to the review. I yawned 10 times, by the way. Miz and Kit Wilson. Okay, so Kit Wilson actually had a matchup against Carmelo Hayes. Thankfully, Carmelo Hayes does win, but Kit Wilson looked really good. Kit Wilson did a couple things that were very unique. He, like, had a really cool DDT, a really cool, I can't remember what it was. He did something else, and he was beating up Carmelo at one point, and he was like, toxic. So I really do like this Kit Wilson character. And the Miz interfered in a point where I thought that the Miz was going to cost Carmelo the match. So I was like, oh no, don't let Melo lose. But Melo was able to overcome it. So that was cool. I did like that. And I hope that Kit can work his way up the card, because what I saw from Kit was very refreshing. I did like Kit, and he has a good character right now too with this with his war against toxic masculinity. But Carmelo won and was the right winner, and then Miz came in and actually skull crushing finale'd Carmelo and said, "I'm not done with you." He pulled his hair and said, "I'm not done with you. I'm done with you when I say I'm done with you, not when you say it." So Carmelo Hayes' respect from last week was not reciprocated, so that's going to continue. I thought we'd get a Saturday Night Main Event match out of it, but apparently not. Let's see. We get then Phoenix. Phoenix does confront Solo Sikoa and the MFTs, and I did like Solo. He was a little on his goofy side, and he was like, "Hey, should you out be trick-or-treating?" He's like, "What, you want?" And then Phoenix said something, and Solo's like, "You want some?" And Phoenix is like, "No, I don't want none." He walks away. Then he walks back. He stands on some crates, and he looks Tall Tunga right in the eyes, like, "I want some of you." So that's kind of cool. We're going to get a matchup of Tall Tunga and Ray Phoenix next week. I'll tell you this, though. Complete side note on the Patreon. I do have a Patreon. I just watched Ray Phoenix versus a guy called 1,000 Deaths on Lucha Underground Season 1, Episode 19. I do the whole Lucha Underground on my Patreon. That was a banger match. It was a coffin match. Oh, my God. It was so good. Ray Phoenix versus Miro. I don't know. His name is 1,000 Deaths. Go watch that match. Way more interesting than SmackDown. We had Alexa Bliss and Charlotte talking, doing that thing where they're friends and they still kind of rib each other. And Alexa is like, Nia can't move on or something, even though Alexa never apologized to her for basically fat shaming her. They go have a match. Alexa Bliss and Nia Jax. Charlotte Flair will cause a distraction, which will then allow Alexa Bliss to capitalize and pin Nia. Man, Alexa Bliss is Nia Jax's kryptonite. She just cannot beat her. Like, kryptonite? I don't know about that. That doesn't apply, but her, like, the person she can't beat. And so now we're going to get Nia versus Charlotte next week. Triple H just loves to do that. He books a tag team versus singles wrestler, and usually the tag team will lose, and then the next following week the tag team will win, or vice versa. They lose, and then they win. 50-50 booking right there. So Charlotte's probably going to lose next week. But Alexa Bliss won here. Sammy respects Ilja. Cody hugs him. Oh, I forgot. Cody Rhodes also did say he liked Jacob Fatu when Nick Aldis asked him, "Hey man, did you attack Jacob?" And he said he liked you. So I'm going to count that as half respect. We get then Chelsea, okay. See, Chelsea Green, that was a good way to show not respect and get a match out of it. An entertaining segment when Chelsea Green said that to Julia, that she wanted a matchup. She's like, "Oh, you're about to become the longest reigning champion." So she was able to praise her in a way that was kind of like in a negative. Sorry if this review sucks. The SmackDown sucked, so the review sucks too. I got nothing. Like, I have, like, just no feelings whatsoever. Like I said, this is the cardinal sin of wrestling. Love it or hate it. You want one of the emotions, but I'm smack in the middle with no emotions whatsoever. Then we got, the Motor City Machine Guns at one point in the night. They had R-Truth dressed as Santa, and he was doing, and they're like, "Don't you know it's Halloween? Is this your Halloween costume?" And Truth was like, "Oh, dog, you got the wrong months." Sure glad we hired that guy back and pushed him like the fans demanded. Then why didn't we have a Halloween party? Remember when they used to do Halloween parties? Heck, that's where John Cena actually was, where the Thugonomics John Cena was actually like created for the Halloween episode of SmackDown. We couldn't do that. We couldn't pay homage to John Cena Thugonomics in a Halloween segment backstage. Like, we're in his retirement year. Just an old man yelling at a cloud. "Hey, Cloud, give me a Halloween party segment." We could have had Kevin Owens come back and throw a pie at somebody. Don't you remember that one? The MFTs. JC Mateo, hate that name, and Tama Tonga. They fight the Motor City Machine Gun. Solo distracts, which allows Tama Tonga or Tunga Loa to interfere. They win. And then they beat him up. And then Rey Fenix comes and he gets beat up. Then Shinsuke Nakamura comes and he gets beat up. So there's your War Games matchup probably right there, which don't know why we need a War Games this year. There's no real heat. Like, War Games is supposed to be a finisher to a feud. And then, yeah. I mean, these are good matches. If you want good matches, go for it. Like, you got a couple matches here. But, like, WWE to me is more than just wrestling. It's sports entertainment, you know, and WWE has sold us on that since 1983. So, like, I think I'm justified in saying that we need more than just good wrestling matches. We need actual stories and developments and stuff like that. Then Drew McIntyre and Cody Rhodes, they come for a contract signing. And Drew says, I'm not signing this. Like, if I get counted, or if he gets counted out, if he gets DQ'd, then, like, I don't win the title. And Cody says, and then Nick's like, I'm not changing the stipulations. And Drew's like, I'm out, peace out. And Cody's like, Drew, get here. I'll sign it. I'll do it. And Nick's like, don't do it. And he does. So now it's like, if Cody loses anyway, anyhow, the belt goes to Drew. And that's a callback to Cody getting intentionally disqualified a couple weeks ago, which is smart for Drew to do that. Cody says, Drew, you are so great. When you left, you're the blueprint of how to get back to WWE, rebuilding yourself. So Cody just praise, but he's like, but the difference is, when I got mad at WWE, I quit, you got fired. That was Cody's big line. You got fired. It's like, we kind of knew that already, so it wasn't a big line. I liked Drew, though. Drew was like, you know, Cody, you're a sellout. You are the corporate nightmare. You are in an orange suit, just a corporate puppet. You do whatever the corporations want. You are a sellout. But I'm an immigrant, a naturalized citizen. I worked hard to get here. I tell the truth. I'm the actual American dream. So that was cool. But to be a go-home segment, it wasn't. It wasn't cool. It was nothing. Well, I guess he did beat him up. We do that thing where Drew or Cody tries to hit him or something, and Drew leaves, and then Nick's like, oh man, if you do this tomorrow, because he had the belt, if you do this tomorrow, you're gonna lose because of disqualified. And then Drew pretty much, I think he Claymore'd him, and then he powerbomb him through a table. So, and then Drew was like, I promise, I swear to you, I'm gonna win. So, I don't know. And that was SmackDown. Literally, if you have anything to do with your life other than SmackDown, do it. Like, don't put your life on hold at all. If you have to do laundry tomorrow, like, I recommend finding some other show even. Like, I don't recommend this at all. At all. I'm going to give this the lowest score I've ever given because it was bland. All right? Don't hear me? Not bad. Bland, which is worse than bad. 1, 2, I'm giving it 2 chops. And I know there'll be some people who crash out on that, and that's fine. Maybe the product isn't for me anymore. I'm still going to watch the product, though. And I'm going to pray that it gets better. I'm praying to the wrestling gods that somehow, some way, it can get better. You guys want to start a GoFundMe? Like, if I can raise like $10 billion, maybe we could buy WWE back. Like $10 billion? What do you think? You want to start a GoFundMe? Let me know in the comments below. Boys, girls, 2 or 3. I'm going to give it a 3 chops. I'm going to give it 3 chops. But if it does this again, I'm giving it 2. All right, 3 chops, but still, I think that's still my lowest. All right, boys. All right, girls. See you, bye.